So, Breathe is about my experience as a Black woman in America and how the different experiences and moments I've had in my life where I wasn't sharing my voice or being, you know, I was just being silent and for a lack of better words, complacent in this world and not really feeling connected and aware of who I am in this world. Honestly, because like if you're going through this world as a Black person or a person of color, you're all often faced with adversity. And with that, it kind of affects who you are and what you're being, like your self-worth and because like you go after so many things in your life to try and reach a certain point, but then there's always someone who's going to knock you down a peg or just like tell you you're the diversity hire or things like that. So I have different vignettes in my show where I speak about my experiences and how those different things that I have experienced, whether it be microaggressions or, you know, adversity, how those things I'm able to change them and be a more active person in my community and how I'm able to love myself in that process. Because when you're facing those different things in life that aren't very positive, you have to find positivity in it all. And at the end, I sort of speak about so many different things. I speak about the George Floyd protests this year, the pandemic. I speak about my experiences in college and high school. And then at the end, there's a call to action. There's you can't just be silent and stand in one place. I learned that same quote from a woman named Sweet Alice Harris, who is an activist in the Watts community. She has taught me and inspired me to be a more active member in my community for, not only Black people, but just like being a woman and in this community and in this country, you need to have some courage to do that. And so that is the sort of overarching theme of my play is not standing back, not watching the world go by, but having a more active participation in what's going on in this world and being aware of it and sparking the conversation with not only, your friends, but people you don't know, like people who may say something to you or someone else and that's not okay. And just speaking up and saying, hey, that's not okay. This is how you can't just say that to somebody. So just sparking activism, and it's an art activism piece, and I'm hoping that it will spark conversation with the community that I share it with. So we have 4 shows. 2 of the shows will be live. December 11th and December 12th are the live portions of my show schedule. And then the 13th and the 18th of December are rebroadcasted shows, but at the end of each of those shows will be a talkback. So their proceeds of my ticket sales are going to 2 organizations that are very dear to me. Parents of Watts, which is Sweet Alice Harris's organization out of Watts, California, and then Community Coalition, which is an organization in South LA. So the one on the 13th will be a talkback with Sweet Alice Harris. I speak about her words of wisdom are the fabric of this show. She's an activist in Watts, California, and helped bring the community back together after the Watts unrest of 1965. And from that, like I said, she created Parents of Watts, helping Black and brown people in that community. So we're having a conversation with her on the 13th at the end of the show. Along with another activist and artist named Bruce Lemon Jr. And then the one on the 18th, the talkback will be with Community Coalition. There will be members from that organization who will be speaking about being more active in the community and how we can find more progress in the community in South LA. So I mean, the main purpose of the show has grown so much bigger than myself. I want to it is art activism. It is creating conversation and sparking conversations, not only in our community, but, within ourselves, with ourselves. So those talkbacks, I'm looking forward to them more than my show, but it's a part of my show essentially. So I'm looking forward to them and seeing what kind of conversation will come of it. So yeah. My name is Felicia Saunders. I hope to see you on December 11th through 18. I am really excited to bring this out into the world and start having those conversations we need to have today.